My favorite non-classroom memories of Saginaw Valley was the winter snowstorms. My birthday is in January, and it seemed as if we always got one of the worst snowstorms on my birthday. And when I lived on campus, it was not uncommon for the staff not to be able to get in to open the cafeteria. So guess who did? The students. The students who were on work study in the cafeteria opened the cafeteria, and those of us who were their friends went and helped.
Obviously graduation. My best friend, Richard Kuznicki, and I walked down the aisle together, basically collecting our diplomas. I will remember that day for all of my life.
It used to be the gym where they had movies. You'd pay a small fee and watch some type of movie. Usually it was not something current, but you would pay that fee and see the movies. That was fun times too. Sitting on the hill, where I'm told there's a bell tower there now, blocking the view. But I used to look to the west, and I would study all the way till night came. And I would watch the sunset, and it would be so beautiful for me to see. And that's instilled in my memory. That was the best times ever. It was a peace nobody could ever measure. It's when you know that God is in the plan, because you could see the sun almost come down right on the land in front of you. It's just gorgeous, just gorgeous.
So my favorite memory at SVSU was as a part of the women's lacrosse team. We had a tournament in March in Chicago, and we spent all day sightseeing and got to the time for the tournament, and it had been raining all day. Well, that rain turned into snow. And we got on the field, and half of the field was covered in water, and the rest of the field was just a muddy mess. So both teams were having a blast running up and down the field. If the ball fell in the grass, you'd have to actually reach down and pick it up out of the mud and put it back into your lacrosse stick, which is a huge no. And then you'd be running through water that was knee deep at some points. And if the ball fell in the water, you'd have to fish around for it in the water. And if you fell, obviously, then you slid because of the mud. And we had a blast and ended up winning. But then we had a 3-hour bus ride back to SVSU where everyone was just coated in mud. And it was a lot of fun, lots of laughing.
There was a group called the Science, Engineering, and Technology Club, SCT. Nick and I were officers of that as well. And I can still remember we organized a few field trips, I think including a visit to a brewery at one point in time, joining the Society of Automotive Engineers. And that was quite a memorable event, not only being just the student chapter that was there, but also just seeing what engineers were like in their off hours.
One of my favorite memories, and it informs a lot of the work I even do today, was that I was the lecture series chairperson, and one of the things that we did was to bring Dr. Benjamin Hooks to campus during my time to talk with students about civil rights and to talk about the political process. And that was a very good memory for me.